Hello and welcome back to the channel. I've just driven up in our new rebranded van. It's part of the timeline on the Freya projects. So it's Freya Garden. Highlights the fact that we've got the farm and the garden that come together to produce all the produce we need for the Freya restaurant. Organically certified farm and historic walled garden. So both aspects of what we do will be organically certified. The farm has already been certified for about 12 years. The historic walled garden, we've gone through the conversion process with the Soil Association and we're due to get organic status on the 7th of March next month. So it'll be great when we've got that and we've got both certificates. We've already seen a lot of interest when I've driven up the Waitrose. I've been stopped in the car park. We've had somebody filming in the van. We've had people stopping us and asking all about it. So the word is getting out there about what we're doing and there'll be more of that later on. If I could just take you to one other thing on the van. We've also got a special number plate, FG14VEG, Freya Garden, #1 for veg. All part of the project. Today I'm just going to talk to you about what we're doing in the farm. This is polytunnel 1. If you have a look in here, you can see we've got 3 beds. On the right hand side, we've actually got, that's an asparagus bed. It's been in place for about 3 years. And what we're going to have on the middle and on the left hand side is we're trebling the amount of asparagus we're going to have. So the crowns are due to arrive in the next few weeks. And so both outside beds will be asparagus. The inside bed will be asparagus, but it'll be slightly different the inside bed. As you can see, the wood's slightly higher. And what we're going to do in there is we're going to have about 50 asparagus crowns. What we're going to do is put a cover over the top. And the reason we're going to put a cover over the top is so that when the asparagus grows, it grows without light and it'll be white asparagus. One of the things we're doing at this time of the year, in this sort of late winter, early spring, is we're resetting everything. So we're changing all the beds. We're replenishing the beds. So all the beds at this stage get a replenisher compost. So if you have a look here in polytunnel 2, you can see that we've put fresh compost down. This polytunnel 2 will be all herbs. So we've started setting up, we've got parsley, thyme, we've got oxalis, garlic chives, and sorrel. And in about a month's time, this will all be full of herbs. So fresh compost, fresh wood chip pats, and we find it so much better using wood chip as pats because it also will decompose and will also help feed the beds on either side. And that's something you can be doing in your allotments and your gardens at this time of the year. We've put just a fresh layer of compost on top. We're not talking about much compost. We're talking maybe half an inch of compost on. We weed everything, put the compost on, and get it ready. And it's about using this time of the year to do things like this. You can't get ahead of yourself too quickly because every plant, whether or not it's herbs, whether it's flowers, whether or not it's vegetables, all require a number of things to make them grow. Yes, they need good growing conditions, good compost, weed-free, but the other thing they need is light and heat. So in the 1st of January, the amount of daylight we have is about 7 hours. By the time you get to the 1st of April, you've got 13 hours of daylight. And each plant needs lots of light, but also needs lots of heat. So between the 1st of January and the 1st of April, we'll also see an increase in average temperatures of about 8 degrees. So that heat and that light is the conditions you need to grow things. I'm then going to take you into our outside growing area where we are changing the beds considerably. And when I get into the field, I'll show you what we're doing. showed you before the inside asparagus bed. This is actually the outside asparagus bed. As you can see here, the compost has been replenished. The pass in between, we've had wood chip put down. We're keeping on top of the weeds. And, you know, we have an outside bed and 3 inside beds, and that's so we can extend the asparagus season as much as we can. It's such an important ingredient for Alex, so we just try to grow as much asparagus as we can and extend that season as much as we can. And we extend the season by having an outside bed and some inside beds. Across the two, the farm and the walled garden, we have lots of herb beds. We have 6 herb beds in total. We've got, I showed you in polytunnel 1, the inside ones we've got 3 outside beds here at the farm. This is one of them. Again, what we use at this time of year and what sort of thing you can do in both your gardens and your allotments is it's all about getting everything weed free, replenishing the compost and redoing the pass. This is what we call the pond field. You see Lucy hard at work as always. And basically what she's doing at the moment is we've changed all the beds in here. And the reason we've changed the beds is because we're trying to standardise between here in the farm and in the walled garden. So every growing bed, every outside growing bed that we have, we're going to have it 1.5 metres wide. We have wood chip in between. And the other thing we're doing in terms is not just standardising the size, we're standardising the number of beds we have. So in the walled garden, we're going to have 32 beds. In this, what we call the pond field, we're going to have 32 beds. Across to the orchard field, we will also have 32 beds. So we're standardising on the number of beds we've got. We're standardising on the width of the beds. And we're standardising in terms of the wood chip. So we're having to work around at the moment, or Lucy's having to work around at the moment, because this is salsify and it hasn't finished harvesting yet. So when we're harvesting them, we're a bit slowly we'll connect all these here. Sometimes for beds, we'll have them covered. And if I take it down here, these are our garlic beds. I'll just squeeze past Lucy. Thanks, Lucy. Stopping the work. So one of the things Lucy did was, you know, all these here, we basically set the whole lot out, so we know where we are on things. Sometimes we cover some beds with plastic, and that's just to help us on the weed management. And you can see the little shoots of things coming through here. These 2 beds are garlic beds. These will grow over winter, they'll start shooting, and then these will be ready to harvest round about the July period. We have hundreds of bulbs of garlic in here, and what we do every year is we take the garlic, we tidy them up, we take off any excess soil and dry them nicely, and they will last for many, many months. But what we also do is, when we're in that process, we'll pick what we think are the nicest bulbs of garlic, the nice big ones, and we'll keep the big ones to one side, and they will be our seed garlics for the following year. So all the time, what we're trying to do is improve the quality of the produce we're growing. Garlic's a great example where you look every year and say, right, okay, what's a really good bulb? Let's keep that back, because if you have good bulbs, they will produce better bulbs for the following year. If you have a look, if I take you along here, you should get some sort of idea of what we're trying to do. So we've got the individual beds on either side. These beds used to be orientated north to south, which is probably the best orientation for them. But we're actually, funny enough, we're changing these east to west. And the reason we're doing that is that the size of the land we've got, when we looked at how we were going to plan this out to get the 32 beds in, it worked better putting the beds east to west. So whilst it's not ideal, it's not the end of the world. We'll have 16 beds on this side, 16 beds on that side, and we'll have a central walkway through the middle, just for ease of access for when we're harvesting and the like. So this is a great time of year for us. We can also just sense that spring's around the corner, and as gardeners, allotment holders, for ourselves as professional growers, we're just so much looking forward to having spring here. And then once we get spring, we're into summer. What we try to do is we try to have 32 different types of produce available in the springtime, 32 types of produce available in the winter time, and during the sort of real growing area, the sort of summer and autumn period, we'll be looking at over 60 different types of produce. But all the year round, we're trying to get as much fresh produce as we can for Alex.